Hey, what's up, guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and it's time to talk about The Walking Dead. So, I thought the mid-season opener last week was actually pretty good. It wasn't exceptional, but it didn't have too much stuff to have a problem with. This week, it wasn't bad. I'm not sure it was good, though. It was kind of in the middle for me. There were some really iffy things and then some things that were fine. So there's actually a few things to talk about. The first is that we now have Daryl at the Kingdom, and he's kind of stirring the pot in that he definitely wants to go take the fight to the Saviors. Stop it, Zeus. Zeus is with us today. And so the guy whose name I can never remember, he's got kind of the big nose, and he wants to fight the Saviors also. He gets into another scuffle with the Saviors at another drop, and so that just kind of bolsters his thought about wanting to fight them, and Ezekiel's still not, he's not getting it, which is getting kind of annoying. I thought this might be enough to get Ezekiel, stop it, Zeus, to want to help Rick's group, the Alexandrians, I guess we can call them, and he still isn't. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Same thing with Morgan. Morgan's still not on board, and Daryl pretty much puts it the way I would. He's like, come on, get over it. I mean, that's not what he said. He said it much better, but he's right. Morgan needs to get on board. It's too late for all that baloney that Morgan's trying to do. So then the guy with the big nose comes up with this plan to force Ezekiel to fight the Saviors, and that is to set them up to kill Carol. And he thinks by killing Carol, it'll make Ezekiel mad enough to want to go retaliate against the Saviors. And that's not a terrible plan, but sacrificing Carol is probably not the best idea, especially once Daryl finds out he's not having it. So that just kind of gets quashed right there. It doesn't really go anywhere. We'll see. That's probably going to be some kind of conflict in the future between Daryl and the other guy. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. The whole Daryl and Carol meeting up thing was kind of nice, but I'm not sure why they focused on it quite so much because nothing really came of it other than Daryl didn't tell her that people had died. I guess he's just trying to be nice, but it's the truth. Hiding the truth is almost never a good idea, especially in a show like this. So I'm only going to imagine that that's going to be a problem down the road. We'll see. So as of right now, the Kingdom it's not progressed at all other than Daryl's there, but then he leaves to go with the Hilltop, and that's it. Not too much happening with the Kingdom other than the conflict between them and the Saviors is escalating a little bit because of that drop situation. Now, we do have Rick's group, who at the end of last episode were captured, I guess you could say, by this group of random people we hadn't met before because they were looking for Gabriel. Turns out Gabriel was trying to stop them from stealing stuff from Alexandria, and they took him with them. They were taking this stuff because they were watching Rick and Aaron. Is it Aaron his real name, or I always get that guy's name confused with his real name and the name in the show. Anyway, I think it's Aaron. They were watching him steal the stuff from the boat, so they followed him back to Alexandria and wanted the stuff. That's what they do, apparently. So they went to get it. Gabriel tried to stop them. They took Gabriel and the stuff. Rick's group found the note last week, followed them, and now they're at this junkyard thing. I was waiting. I was so excited to see Raphael and Kino start to fight the Foot there. You guys probably won't get that if you're not as old as I am, but some of you will. It was very reminiscent of one of the Turtle movies. Anyway, we get introduced to this group of people who all wear black, apparently. They all have long hair, mostly uncombed, and they barely speak English normally anymore. Which, isn't it only like 5 years total time passed in the show? I think that's what it is. It's like right around 5 years. It's probably a little less. I could be wrong. But either way, it's not a lot of time. And somehow these people have devolved into this weird half English language. And it's just, the whole thing was very Mad Maxy. And while that might be fine for some people in general, it doesn't fit the show at all. It felt very cartoonish, very weird. And it only got worse when Rick's trying to recruit these people instead of having them take them, I guess. They said, we own you now. How can you pay for your lives? They're like, we don't have anything. But Gabriel stops up and he's like, we can get you whatever you want. We're awesome. And she's like, okay, maybe, but we'll see. So let's take Rick and throw him in this pit with this super zombie straight out of one of the Resident Evil movies. It's really just a zombie with a bunch of knives and things stuck to it. And it has a helmet on, and okay, I'm like, this is way over the top. It doesn't fit this realistic world that we have for The Walking Dead. Maybe it's in the comics, I don't know, but it doesn't fit the show. It felt very forced and very weird. So Rick's like, I don't know how to fight this thing. I just fell out of this trash pile, or down this trash pile, and It's like it's got lots of poles and things stuck to it, but it's still just a zombie, and apparently it's got the best senses in the world because its eyes are blocked up. It clearly doesn't have like normal human features anymore, but it knows where Rick is all the time, I'm guessing based on hearing. Very, very acute hearing on the zombie. So Rick's like, I don't know how to fight it. Then he just goes, ugh, and he mushes it and stabs a thing through his hand to hold the zombie back on his head. Even though there's like a nice smooth spot right next to it, he just mushes his hand onto it and, oh, it hurt my hand, but I saved my life. And then they're like, Rick, knock the garbage over on it. I'm like, come on, man. This is like he needed to be told to trip it or something. He just kept running around all frantic like. So he knocks the garbage over on it after he smashes a keyboard on its metal helmet. Because, you know, keyboards are really strong against metal. The whole thing felt very contrived. I mean, all he had to do was take the keyboard and he'd shove it in the thing's mouth. Problem solved. Nah, he'll break it over the top of the helmet for a dramatic scene. Anyway, garbage falls down on top of the zombie. It can't move. Rick grabs something. I don't remember what it was. Some kind of sheet metal, I think. Was it? I don't know. And then they show him just stabbing away. He's holding the blade like down this way out of his hand like this. He starts stabbing away and kills the zombie. Apparently, all of those spikes and things that were in the way a second ago, not in the way for him to swing like this, because this whole part of your arm wouldn't be getting hit by things. It had so much stuff on it, supposedly, that one time when he kicked at it, he just sliced his leg open, because there was just so much stuff, he couldn't get around it. It was a very corny scene, very unrealistic, very forced. I get what they were going for, but to me, it just didn't work. It took me totally out. Mix that with the people speaking this half English, and it was just weird. The whole thing felt forced and contrived. Good news is, they said they're going to work with Rick if he can bring them some guns. And he says, well, okay, I'll go get some guns, and then you can work with me, and they made a deal. That's fine, I get that. So that leads us to talking about Tara, unfortunately, because she's easily one of the weakest characters in the show, and she's going to be becoming more and more annoying and useless as the show goes on. So they're like, Tara, you've been farther out than anyone else. Do you know where we can look, or at least tell us where to not look? She's like, yeah, I can do that, because she's a doofus and not going to tell them about the ladies at Seaside or whatever it's called with all of the spare guns who they may be able to strike a bargain with. Nah, she's not going to do that. She's just going to screw the entire plan up because she's stupid. She gets into a fight with Rosita about it, even though Rosita doesn't actually know about Tara's knowledge. It was like they're fighting about the same thing still. So that's definitely going to be a stupid argument at some point, or a stupid problem, because Tara's not helping the group. She's being stupid. So I don't like that. But they got Gabriel back, so that's good. It looks like they're going to have another big group of people to fight with them, even though the people are weird and cartoonish. So that's good. It's not like it was a bad episode. It was just very weird and forced. So, I don't know. I'm okay with it so far. I'm not upset about the second half of the season. And I'm looking forward to next week, because we're going to see what's going on with Eugene and the Saviors. And I'm guessing it's going to have at least a little bit to do with them on this mission to find guns to bring back to the crazy cult people. So we'll see. It wasn't bad, wasn't good. It was just kind of meh with a little bit of weird mixed in. So I want to know what you guys thought. Did you like the junkyard people? Did you like the zombie scene, or was that totally weird for you guys too? I'm curious. So let's talk about it in the comment section below. We have almost a week to do that. So let's talk, we'll discuss it, and then we'll come back next week after the next episode. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about TV shows, obviously, movies, action figures, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and in the meantime, keep collecting.